Namaste, pretty people. I hope you guys are doing great. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about the ninth house. Before that, if you guys are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you get regular updates. For your readings, you can check out the link in the description box, www.anmollastrology.com. Under the reading and unique reading section, you can book a personal reading for yourself. And also you can purchase the online course under the courses option. Now today, let's talk about the ninth house. It is one of the houses which can do wonders for you, which can give you lots and lots of luck, but at the same time can make you learn a lot. So, ninth house, as per the Kalpurush Kundli, is naturally ruled by the sign of Sagittarius. That's why this is the house of Dharma. This is called as Dharmasthan. It is called as one of the Trikonas. The association of this house with any of the other Trikona or any of the Kendras is going to decide your fortune. So this is the house of your Bhagya Uday, your fortune. This is the house of your gurus, any person. Typically, it's not the guru that you take and move forward in your spiritual life, but it is anyone in your life who acts as a guru to you, who acts as a guide or mentor to you. That is the ninth house. Ninth house, since it is naturally ruled by Sagittarius, it is also, signified by the planet Jupiter. Now, Jupiter is the planet of expansion. It is the planet of optimism. And all these qualities of strategist, being a strategist, being an expander, and optimistic, celebrating, all of this comes from this zodiac sign. This is one of the passionate and fiery house. If you have fiery planets like Sun, Jupiter, Mars over here, you are going to be a person who's going to be well respected in the society because you are the one who is going to fight for what is right. Ninth house, and why I talked about society. Yes, ninth house does represent your image. It represents the respect that you're going to get. 10th house is your karmasthan. This house is your dharmasthan. How do you follow your ethics, your dharma? That's why this is the house of your ethics, your morals, your superiority. Because if you have rigid planets in these house, and I had to also consider Ketu, Sun, Mars, Jupiter, and Ketu. With planets like Ketu, Mars, Sun, or Jupiter here, a person is quite rigid of their beliefs, because this is the house which is going to give you the understanding of what is right and what is wrong. The wisdom side of Jupiter comes through this house. So this house is about fortune, it is about your luck, but at the same time, this is the house of your higher learning. So you would see whenever this house comes into fruition, it comes activated in your dashas or within your transits, you would see that you are going to experience intense events in your surroundings, which are going to make you learn a life lesson. So this becomes an extremely important time. This is like a journey of your soul. This is like journey of your Atma Karka. That whatever happens during the activation of ninth house, that is going to be like marked in your head. That is going to be something which is going to affect you and affect your mind, your mindset as well. How optimistic you are, how pessimistic you are, how you can adjust with others, how willingly you are adapting with others, that is the ninth house. Now, there is one of the planets which is not at all considered good in the ninth house, which is Rahu. That is the reason when Rahu comes into the ninth house, you become more of a rebel. For your own benefit, you may be a manipulator of your own ethics and traditions, but especially with your morals and ethics. That's why it is the papi greh like Rahu here can create a person do, can make a person do actually very selfish deeds in their life. Ninth house is about higher knowledge. It is about your higher understanding as well. This is not exactly the house of spirituality. It is actually the house of religion. It is the house of morals. It is the house of the traditions that you follow. See, second house is the tradition, the house of traditions. This house is eighth from the second house. That means it is the deep roots of your tradition. It's not just what is being followed up front, but it is also something way deeper. This house would actually hold the secrets of your family and of your income. This is the house sixth from the fourth house. So this is one of the houses when activated, your mother's health can be compromised or can be affected. This house is said to be the house of the father as well, but when you'll have to see the typical relationship with your father, then I always prefer ninth and 10th both. Okay. And this is the house, I think we have already discussed about the gurus. This is also the house of gains of your elder sibling and spouse of your younger sibling. Okay, this house is about the learning or the education of your firstborn, how the mind of your firstborn works. That is also this house. Sometimes, when this house has an association with the fifth lord, that is said to be very, very fruitful and good, because that means a person is very intelligent and wisdom oriented. Because now, ninth lord or ninth house being connected with the fifth house is like that the fifth house is the house of intelligence, ninth house is the house of your wisdom. So you have the intelligence, you have the wisdom, both get connected in one. So you become a person who uses intelligence wherever they need to use their intelligence, and who uses wisdom wherever they are required to use their wisdom. This is the house responsible for your long distance journey as well. Okay, this is the house of your whenever you have to go for your PhD. So let me differentiate within the education. The very primary education is the fourth house, then the schooling or till the 12th, or maybe your graduation, that is the fifth house, and then ninth house turns out to be your higher education, like as in PhD, post graduation, that is ninth house. Okay. Now, this house is the higher self of the fifth house. This is Bhavat Bhavam of the fifth house, as in it's fifth from the fifth house. That's why this is also one of the houses to represent your confidence. So, a strong, you know, howsoever your chart is, but a strong ninth house can alter all the maleficness of your chart, all the weaknesses of your chart, because this is not the house of your courage, right? Courage is the third house. This is not, in fact, the house of your efforts, but this is the house of your beliefs. Whether or not do you believe in yourself that I am willing to do this, I will make this happen, I am determined, That is the ninth house. What is the representation, or what is the figure for the Sagittarius? Sagittarius symbol is a man who is half man, half horse, and has a bow and arrow within his arms, in his hands, and is targeting something. So ninth house is about your targets. Ninth house is that's why it is the house of your determination. What thought basically leads you to do your karma? The 10th house. That is ninth house. It's 12th from the 10th house. That means subconsciously, like our brain gives the signal to our hands to move. Similarly, what gives signal to for you to take on some action or do a karma? That is your ninth house. And one of the most important things ninth house represents is the studies, the expertise that is used within your career. So if you want to know that am I going to be a person who is going to use my knowledge and skills within my career, or what kind of skills I'm going to use in my career so as to decide my career path, look at your ninth house. That's the subconscious self of your 10th house, of your career. What skills are that you take forward within your career? What learnings do you take forward in your career? What is going to help you elevate your career or even be involved in your career on daily basis? That is the ninth house. Okay, whenever there is an association of ninth house with the seventh house, we always know that your marriage is going to bring about religious restrictions, and even your spouse would either come from a very traditional background, or your partner would come from a distance. But ethics, morals, religion is a key point within your marriage. So that's how we can make n number of combinations and understand n number of things by the understanding of each and every house. That's it. Okay, so that was about the ninth house. Ninth house, I think I did say that it is the house of how you formulate strategies. So it is a very strategic house because of the significance of the sign of Sagittarius. Now, please do not feel that this is the most sattvic house. This is the most sattvic sign. No, not at all. This sign or this house can also make you a person who is fond of luxury, who is fond of such sexual or lustful experiences or pleasurable experiences as well. It just depends on what condition this house is in, because ninth house is about your freedom. It is about how do you want yourself to set free. For example, if you have Venus in the ninth house, these people till their 25th and 26th of age, till the time they are spiritually awakened, these people are the ones who are going to enjoy the most. They're not going to be dependent on anyone for making their own decisions. They do have a association of having all the luxury elements with them, and they just have their focus on luxury. I told you, ninth house is about your focus. Where does your focus and determination goes? So if it is associated with certain planets, only then your focus goes more towards spirituality. But otherwise, it could even be anything else. With Saturn, it could be hard work, it could be manual work. With Jupiter, it could be higher knowledge, forming strategies and how to celebrate everything. With Moon, it could be about your emotions, about your emotional stability. So every meaning can be, can come into any form based on what planet is there. But originally, this house has the significations of all of these things. Okay, guys. So I hope this helps and gives you good insights into this topic. See you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.